in the pocket.
अब स्माइल फिक्स करना
है easy peasy tootsie. Book your scan now.
बारिश, धूप और धूल से आपके घर को सालों साल बचाए। ड्यूलक्स वेदरशील्ड पावर फ्लेक्स, घर का चैंपियन।
इस बार भी My 11 से
The best lefties ever.
Absolutely.
Sangakkara and Lara, you'd have them in your best 11 teams straight away. One of them's very happy at the moment. One of them is not so happy, I would presume.
Come on, BC.
They brought so much joy to the world. Having the
Yes.
two of them, just brought so much joy.
Oh, here we go. Imran Malik's into the attack. Straight away, a bit of pace. Now, I've been waiting for this.
Why do you think you didn't hold the power play?
I've no idea.
Yeah?
If you've got sheer gas, you get the brand new ball. I'm sorry, every time I give you the brand new ball and say, you take over number one and set the tone for us.
He probably hasn't got. Sorry, he probably hasn't got it because they don't feel maybe he's got enough control over that new ball. He probably will spray it around. He probably has a little bit better control when the ball's not as new. Because you know how crucial these power plays are. Once you get away with it, then
there's only two things can happen. He can go for runs or get a wicket for you.
Yeah.
But everyone else has gone for runs, so...
Yeah, exactly. So why not gamble and say, hey, go for it, youngster.
Yeah,
I
mean...
Try and get me the breakthrough here.
Well, Boothie is always going to take the new ball, isn't he? He's always going to bowl over number one to try and make it swing.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think you always, if you've got someone with absolute pace, sheer talent to bowl quick, you get them opening the bowling. These guys are our Dream 11 Game Changer fans. Look at that. Yes, we can read. Well done, mate. Our top performers on the Dream 11 Fantasy Game having the time of their lives in Tata IPL hospitality. Thumbs up. Look how happy they are as well. I don't blame them. They've sat there and they've watched 94 runs being slayed at 7.1 in hospitality seats.
Brilliant.
Food and drink provided all day, having the time of their lives. It's good pace this from Malik.
It is 142.
Anyway, back to that. The champion cricket fans, they know their stats and their research. Millions of such fans are playing and showing their love for the game on Dream 11. If you're not involved, get involved. If your team can beat mine, well, you're a better man than me. Back to the cricket.
So this is a situation now where they look to knock it around a bit. You know, two new bowlers, see what they have to offer, and then build another partnership as well.
Yeah, but a couple of overs, look, wouldn't you? Oh, that's
what a shot.
Beautifully played. Just leans back. This is a fast ball aimed in at the noggin. Just leans back and ramps it over the head of the keeper. At first, I thought this had gone straight in the air. He played it that casually.
Well, I can promise you it's a premeditated shot. They would have decided that to someone like him, because he's pacey, he can be really quick and quick off the wicket. Instead of pulling the ball or hooking the ball, they just give direction to that ball, especially because they know that his bounces are always headed towards the noggin, like you just said. So
you guys play those shots
very well.
Is it something you guys practice or what?
Yep, we do. The late cut, the late cut, the uppercut.
Oh wow!
There you go.
Sure. Talked about the late cut, and there's another one. This is glorious. This is using all the pace of the ball. Do you remember last year, Umran Malik? I just remember the Navi Mumbai ground in one of his second games. He ended up with a very fine third man and another square third man, a very fine leg and a deep backward square, because everything was short and quick. And it cut all the boundaries off, and he was incredible after that. He took many wickets after that. They don't seem to be going with the same thing here. Third man seems quite wide.
You reckon they could have a slip for him?
Why not? I just think now, if you take 2 or 3 extra wickets, then it drags you back in the game.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you're chasing 250.
It's true.
The only way to contain Rajasthan Royals right now is to get wickets. There's no other way. Dot balls are not going to do it for you. Even if you have 10 dot balls in a row, it's not going to make much of a difference.
It's a good question. Who was the more elegant left-hander in his prime? Sangakkara or Lara? I mean, this is everyone's personal opinion.
That is so unfair, isn't it?
What I will say is one of these two guys is the best player I've ever bowled at. for
Brian Lara.
backspin. Yeah, it was Brian. It was Brian Lara. You're right.
Lara, for sure.
Nah, it's Brian Lara for me.
I don't think there's another human being who plays spin.
Brian Charles.
I've got a great story about Brian Lara. When Andrew Caddick nicked him off for 375 in Antigua, when the huddle came together, he said, "I knew I'd get him like that."
But what a class player Sangakkara is. Right?
Oh my word.
Oh.
That's the end of the over anyway. 8 gone, 105 for 1.
Hitman, middle समझाएगा.
Nice.
All is well.
मजा आएगा जब सब खेलेंगे. Dream 11.
इस खेल में आदत लगना या आर्थिक जोखिम संभव है. जिम्मेदारी से खेलें.
बारिश, धूप और धूल.
Del Rashid to start his second over. He actually bowled a pretty good first over, only 4 runs coming from the first 5 balls. The last one was just cut away for 4. The 100 is up, as we say, 105 from just 8.1. I jokingly said before the start of the game that Rajasthan had cruised to 212. I think they'll be disappointed if they only make 212 from this position.
Is Rajasthan one of your team?
I threw my weight behind Rajasthan.
What about you, Robin?
My first year commentating the IPL about 7 years ago now, Rajasthan were rock bottom. They were having a bad time.
Yeah.
And I love an underdog. I support Newcastle United, so I love an underdog. And ever since, they've gone from strength to strength.
They have a solid team, man.
Yeah.
It's a great little ball there. A lot happened during that ball. You could see Adil Rashid bowling it much slower through the air because he was inviting Yashasvi Jaiswal to probably do a slog sweep to try and get a wicket.
Yeah.
But Yashasvi Jaiswal being very clever, just tucked it away, tried to look for 2 with that intent to getting 2.
Very
Well, now this, I would say, Rajasthan are in such a good position already in this game because they've already got 100 on the board. So even if things went badly from now, they'll get 180. You'd imagine.
Funny
With the
funny game, eh?
but
Funnier things that happen in cricket.
Yeah, well, of course, they could end up with 140, we've seen. But if things go badly, they'll get 180. If things go well, they'll get plus 200. And they've got 2 of the best spinners in the world waiting to bowl second on this pitch.
I don't see that happening, though. I don't see them crumbling.
No,
with that batting lineup, I don't see them crumbling. They should get to 200.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you can tell that they're thinking the right things because that ball drifted in as well. That was a great little ball there from Adil Rashid.
The slower you bowl, the more turning
The
you
more
get.
turning it. And he's getting the ball adrift. It just shows the class of the kind of spinner that he is.
He's a quality, man.
He is.
Quality.
He's high quality.
If you look at Samson, he's trying to size him up with a slug sweep. If you notice, he walk across. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I reckon
That's one of his shots.
That is one of his shots, but I think to the leg spinner, he'd look to step out more than trying to play the
Come
slog
down the
sweep.
track.
Yeah, he loves coming down the track, does Sanju Samson.
But the wicket turning, he might have.
You might think about it.
Might think twice about that, huh?
Good job, Rash here. 12 from 11 balls so far, which is just what his team need. Jaiswal's just slowed down, 40 from 22. Oh, he's at the bottom edge. He's run away. He'll only get the single. So after 9, Rajasthan 110 for 1.
They need a boundary to win the match. It's all set up. 4 of 1. Big one. It's up in the air. Oh my goodness, really?
Telling you, babe, that I ain't ever gonna come home. I got my bags packed and I'm about to hit the road.
बारिश, धूप और धूल से आपके घर को सालों साल बचाए. ड्यूलक्स वेदरशील पावर फ्लेक्स, घर का चैंपियन.
The world's best brands play here. RTO.
110 for one. Panikar, Parag, Hetmeyer, the next people lining up to have a strike. I'd be very tempted to
Who do you send next?
I'd be very tempted to get Hetmeyer up there.
Keep it a left and right combination, huh? Oh.
Smashed through the offside. This will go for 4.
Boy.
We've seen some brilliant shots today, and this is right up there with them.
My word, what a wonderful
That's the thing
shot.
about bowling fast, huh? You just make the batter a bit more alert. When you're bowling that fast, your hand speed gets so quicker because you're up against a quality fast bowler. When I say quality fast, I mean speed-wise I'm talking about.
Yeah, that came fast and went fast.
Exactly, because
That went very fast.
we are very set for that, okay?
Yeah, he was
we are
ready
very
for
set
it.
for that, so that's a good shot.
I
Very
think this
good shot.
ball might be a bumper. No. Shocked me, that has. Well, we saw Wood bowling quick the other night, bowling very straight, and he ended up with 5. If you've got the gas and you don't give width, you're very tricky to get away on any pitch.
Yeah, if you've got the gas, but it's about hitting the right length,
Yeah.
right? So also, I think one of the things that probably Umran Malik doesn't necessarily have up his armory at the moment is the ability to kind of swing the ball a little bit, give it a little bit of shape. If he gets that ability, he learns that trade, then I think he'll put himself in a great position to be a really, really dangerous bowler.
Yeah, you're going to need a captain as well to actually set a particular field for you as well.
Correct.
Because if you're bowling that fast, you can gamble enough mid-on and mid-off up if you're going to hit hard lengths.
Yeah.
That's only if you're going to hit hard lengths.
Yeah.
And then you have the, a slip in place, a third man, a fine leg, and then you have to run at the batter. So you have to, your captain have to be involved in that sense.
Correct. Which is why I also think they haven't given him the new ball, because he bowls straight up. He doesn't get too much off the wicket as well. And that and full fast and straight can be negotiated with far easily than fast and a little bit of swing and move.
That's true. But if you're bowling that fast and you're bowling that full, as a batter, still.
Oh, this is going to fly. It should go all the way. It does. One of the problems with bowling at 95 miles an hour, if there's a bit of a top edge, it flies out of the ground.
That's another thing about fast bowlers who can be really, really quick. You can just get an edge and that'll go miles.
Well, Sanju Samson will probably say, hang on, I've middled that. No, you haven't, son. You can see what he's trying to do. It's over the left shoulder. Very fortunate from the batsman. But the odds were in his favour. Here's the boundary areas against Umran since 2020. 40% of them behind the stumps. It doesn't get driven down the ground too often, basically.
There's
very few players in the world who look to advance down the pitch and drive the faster bowlers. They use the pace of the ball, and why wouldn't they?
Do you know who did that? Raj Gaikwad.
Yes.
Last year in Pune against Umran Malik. Second ball he bowled, stepped out and tonked him over long on for 6.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yo, ow. I was sitting in the dugout thinking, what is he trying to do?
It's a good battle.
I remember that game.
That's where you stamp your authority and say, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
It's game time.
Yeah, exactly. Last ball of the 10th over, 122 on the board already. And it's a dot to finish, so after 10, Rajasthan remain on 122 for 1.
इस बार भी माई 11 सर्कल पे हर दिन 1 करोड़ का प्राइस है। हाँ, पर इस बार 1 करोड़ तो सेकंड प्राइस है।
तो सोचो फर्स्ट प्राइस क्या होगा?
माई 11 सर्कल पे सेकंड प्राइस ही 1 करोड़ है।
तो फर्स्ट प्राइस क्या होगा?
इस खेल में आदत लगना या आर्थिक जोखिम संभव है। जिम्मेदारी से खेलें।
Catch expert. Catch expert.
भाई साहब, एक कैच
10,000. Only UPI.
इसीलिए रुपए क्रेडिट कार्ड लो। सिर्फ ये UPI पर चले और रिवॉर्ड्स भी दे।
10 of the best batting overs you'll see in the Tata IPL. 122, 12.2 runs per over. Just the loss of Jos Buttler. It has been exceptional, and SRH bowlers under pressure the whole innings. Add 6 more. He is so elegant and so good, Sanju Samson. Owen Morgan, Anil Kumble beside me. What an onslaught this is.
Yeah, it's been brilliant from Rajasthan Royals, right from ball 1. Yashasvi Jaiswal took the initiative, and then Jos Buttler. What an innings. And this one, Sanju Samson. Short, it's a good surface. And then Adil Rashid, the most experienced in this lineup as a bowler. Not easy bowling on these surfaces. But I thought SRH missed a trick there with Adil Rashid in the squad against Josh Butler. That was a matchup. And even from a Yashasvi Jaiswal's perspective, I mean, he's young. It's nice to see young Indian openers doing well. We saw the other day Ruturaj Gaikwad, Shubman Gill, and now Yashasvi Jaiswal.
What I enjoy the most, Anil, is the huge domestic season that he's had. And now he's stepping that up where the crowds are massive. There's more pressure on him. There's more expectation on him. People are now starting to talk of Yashasvi Jaiswal as a possible Indian player in the near future, not down the line, in the near future. And here he is stepping up and playing a gem of an innings.
Absolutely, Scotty. I mean, he's had a wonderful domestic season. He got a double 100 for Mumbai. Done really well. He's someone who can offer you with a bit of leg spin as well. Maybe with the impact rule, that's the one perhaps thing that you will miss out on, of seeing batters who run in and give you a couple of overs. Not happening with the impact rule, but he's someone who can give you a bit of leg spin as well, and he's a quality player.
We've still got another strategic timeout, Owen Morgan, to come, but as captain, and I'm talking about the batting side, it's the usual words if you are the fielding and hang in, pick up a couple. But what about from a batting perspective here? I'd love to know in the next over what you would say or how you would approach the last 9 overs. 132 for 1.
Sting energy.
Energy burrito, Sting.
सरप्राइज वाइफ के बर्थडे के लिए टाइमिंग परफेक्ट, पर इन्वेस्टमेंट की टाइमिंग बार बार गलत। इन्वेस्ट करते ही मार्केट डाउन, सेल करते ही मार्केट अप। अरे एक बंद घड़ी भी दिन में 2 बार सही टाइम दिखाती है। तुम एक बार
पैसे ने बैंड बजा रखी है। स्विच टू ईटी मनी, जानो बेटर रिटर्न्स के लिए कब और कहां इन्वेस्ट करना है। अब पैसे को काम पर लगाओ। डाउनलोड ईटी मनी नाउ।
मुफ्त में अपने ओपिनियन क्यों देना? अब अपने एक्सपर्ट ओपिनियंस एमपीएल ओपिनियन पे शेयर करो और बड़ा जीतो।
This game may be habit forming or financially risky. Play responsibly.
Rotation of the bowlers continues. Sunrisers, they are just trying to find a spark, pick up a wicket. Because at the moment, Josh Butler, Jaiswal, and for years have just taken the sword to those Sunrisers bowlers. 6 of them used. Noel Morgan. Do you keep the foot down? Do you want someone to bat through? How would you, as a captain, look to instruct your batsmen in this situation with 9 overs to go?
Good question, Scotty. I think from my point of view, you keep the foot down. 9 overs of continued aggression, whether it's measured or calculated or just out and out onslaught in particular overs worked in your favor, I think would be the message from me as we look back at some of Josh Butler's highlights. He really did make batting look very, very easy today. Consecutive 6s off Sundar, and then Natarajan, well, he went around the park in his first over. Yeah, so I think continued approach. They bat really deep. You have the likes of Jason Holder and Ravi Ashwin coming in at 7 and 8, and unbelievably destructive Shimron Hetmeyer. He'd be supported by Rian Parag. There's just so much depth at your disposal that I think continuing with that mantra, you will stumble towards 200 as we look at Josh Butler against pace today. Boundaries in blue and his wicket in red for the change in line. With that red delivery, just tucking him up and nipping back. Absolute beauty of a delivery.
Yeah, it's easy to be critical, I think, of Sunrisers bowlers and say they got their lengths wrong, they might have got their line wrong. But you have to factor in how much pressure Rajasthan put on those bowlers. And when you're under pressure like this, it's almost like bowling to Sehwag back in the day, isn't it? Where you know if you slightly miss, he's going to take you down. And that's what we saw. And that's why, you know, I think the best laid plans for the Sunrisers of when to bowl their bowlers and what stage, how they're going to get wickets, it just went out the window.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, you know, for someone like Bhuvneshwar Kumar, he didn't get the swing. He's the one bowler who certainly gets the swing wherever it is. And today, it didn't swing for him. And that was tough. And we are coming... That's a wonderful 50 for Jaiswal here. 50 from 34. So that is where I thought SRH missed a trick, because there was a matchup with Adil Rashid and Josh Butler. This was a good surface. We saw that. Natarajan went for runs in his first over. Farooqi went for runs in his first over. Bhuvi again went for runs, no swing. And Rashid would have been ideal there. That's the end of the over. 135 for 1.
पता है इस बार बाय 11 सर्कल पे 1 करोड़ सेकंड प्राइस है।
सेकंड प्राइस 1 करोड़। सेकंड प्राइस 1 करोड़।
तो सोचो फर्स्ट प्राइस क्या होगा। माय 11 सर्कल पे सेकंड प्राइस ही 1 करोड़ है, तो फर्स्ट प्राइस क्या होगा।
इस खेल में आदत लगना या आर्थिक जोखिम संभव है। जिम्मेदारी से खेलें।
ऊपर से पकड़ो, खींच के नोट बांधो, बस।
सी
इसमें भी बहुत सेंचुरीज बाकी है चैम।
थैंक्स माँ। इसमें अब बहुत सेंचुरीज बाकी है चैम्प।
Doing is the new learning with Dell.
Kingfisher, the king of good times.
Partnership for Yashasvi Jaiswal, Sanju Samson, they have been terrific. And what I like too, Sanju Samson, is he didn't slow any momentum down of this innings. Sometimes you can just feel like as a fielding side, you pick up someone like Josh Butler, it allows you to take a breath and think, right, now that that's out of the way, we can just get into this game. But Sanju Samson didn't allow them to get back. He was aggressive early, played his shots. And it might be the stage now with someone like Hetmeyer gets a promotion. I'd probably bring him up in front of Devdutt Padikkal.
Surely. I'm sure Rajasthan Royals will be looking at this batting order and making a few changes. Hetmeyer will certainly be ahead of Padikkal in this kind of a situation. And that's a wonderful shot from Yashasvi Jaiswal. First ball boundary always puts pressure back on the bowler. Fantastic start to this over.
Well, he just misses his length, goes too full. Jaiswal gives himself all the room in the world to access that offside. Bhuvi ringing the changes again. Adil Rashid only bowled 3 overs so far, none for 23. SRH do need a wicket. Not sure why he's holding him back. 2 right-handers at the crease.
Edges it, did it carry through? Oh, I think Glenn Phillips is saying this may have bounced. He signalled to the umpires to go upstairs.
Third umpire to director. We have umpire's review for catch. It is a fair delivery. Please start with your best angle. Director, can you hear me? Director, can you hear me? Third umpire to director. we have umpire's review for catch. Can you please rock and roll here? It has clearly bounced. Satisfied? Please load. I'm ready with the decision for big screen. Load, not out. Repeat, no.
Yeah, clearly bounced before wicketkeeper Glenn Phillips, not out. And you'd expect that, wouldn't you? I mean, the New Zealand guys, the best blokes in the history of all sport. He went straight upstairs.
Unbelievable. We did not need technology for that.
We've got to have a go, Morgs, at the umpire's name. Beautiful stroke. This not got enough, though, because that is the big side of the ground. It may not have carried, but he gets his man in the end. Faruqi picks up both scalps.
Yeah, he was the one who got the first breakthrough, Josh Butler. Now he gets his opening partner, Jaiswal. Short ball, it's a big ground. Timed it well, but there was a fielder there. Comfortable catch there in the end, but good innings from Yashasvi Jaiswal. Yashasvi Jaiswal goes for 54, RR 139 for 2.
हेलो, अरे नेटवर्क ही नहीं मिल रहा है यार।
You see, जहाँ भी इसका नेटवर्क बंद हो जाता है, इसका नेटवर्क सॉलिड मिलता है।
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Go anywhere. Go Eevee with Tiago Eevee.
बारिश, धूप और धूल से आपके घर को सालों साल बचाए। ड्यूलक्स वेदशील पावर फ्लेक्स, घर का चैंपियन।
The world's best brands play here. Artio.
Devdutt Padikkal, who started his career at RCB and now making a home in Jaipur. He comes in with a tremendous platform with which to explode. He's got... And his job will be to continue rotating the strike, giving it to his captain. That way the run rate won't drop throughout. This was a good shot, but deliberately looking to hit it up. You can see with the bat plane, it was going low to high. He was looking to put that into the crowd, but the timing not quite right, and just off the bottom is what that usually signifies.
Faruqi has come back well. The first ball was hit for a boundary. Now he's broken the partnership again.
It's nicely open to face. Will be just... We're surprised that Devdutt Padikkal came out here instead of Shivron Hetmeyer.
Yeah, I thought this was perfect platform for someone like Shimron Hetmeyer to come in. He's played really well for them, but even last year he was sort of held back till the 16th over, 15th, 16th over, and that was his role, to bat those 4 or 5 overs in the end. And maybe that's something that RR is looking to do this season as well. But this was a perfect platform for Hetmeyer to just come in and bat. That's the end of 13 overs. RR 141 for 2.
9 to 5. We're on 24/7. Chasing speed, pushing for power, finding the focus, aiming for perfect. It's always a good day to be great. Performax. Swear it, get it.
With my Tiago Eevee, I feel like I can save the planet. And I also save some money every month. Go save. Go Eevee with Tiago Eevee.
Under 19 का ट्रायल है, पहले क्यों नहीं पता है?
इंडिया में शॉपिंग सिर्फ शॉपिंग नहीं, एक रिश्ता है. हम भी यही मानते हैं. जियो मार्ट, शॉपिंग ऐसा इंडिया.
Washington Sundar, and this time over the offside. That is such a good shot. Doesn't decide to go for the pull shot, gets the width outside the off stump and powers it. And I've been saying it the whole way through the innings. A boundary early in the over just sets it up brilliantly for the batting side.
It also puts extra pressure on the bowler. Washington Sundar didn't get the length right even in the first power play. He's a power play bowler. Josh Butler got under him. And this slightly short of a length. It was not a bad ball. But a brilliant shot from Sanju Samson. He was just waiting on the back foot.
Sundar's been a little expensive. Hasn't got his length right from the start. Kept dropping the ball short. It's the wagon wheel for Owen Morgan with his boundaries versus spin and all IPLs. No real sort of area of strength, the full 360. And I think we can talk a little bit about that, Morgs, because how important is it today that batsmen do go 360? We're now seeing more players play the switch hit or the reverse sweep. You're one of those early adopters of the reverse sweep. Is it a must-have now for players to be able to do that so they can't just shut down one side of the field?
Oh! Yeah, I think it's a given, Scotty. There are very few players that we come across now that actually don't play it. So it's just a run-of-the-mill shot played by everybody now. We watched Sanju Samson play a ramp off a guy that bowls 150 and made it look like a forward defensive. So the shots that everybody is playing now, the game has completely moved on. And probably even throughout my career, I made my debut for England in 2009 and finished last year. The game has probably changed twice for a couple of reasons. Boundary fielding has got a lot better, but as a batter, accessing all areas of the ground are a must. They just give you so many more options.
Yeah, I totally agree. I remember having this conversation with Daniel Vittori, the former New Zealand spinner, RCB coach as well. He said the level of batsmanship between when he started, which was the late 90s, to today, has just gone through the roof. It's just not even comparable. The skills of today's player. We used to have Brian Lara in the commentary box, didn't we, Anil? And he just said, I couldn't play half the shots that these guys play today. You know, so the game evolves and gets better, and we're starting to see some of the skills on offer. Are just so much talent. 10 off the over from Washington Sundar, 151 for 2.
Hitman, middle samjhayega.
Nice.
All is well.
मजा आएगा जब सब खेलेंगे. Dream 11.
इस खेल में आदत लगना या आर्थिक जोखिम संभव है. जिम्मेदारी से खेलें.
The world's best brands play here. Agio.
Always a problem for the fielding side when you put up the projected scores and the numbers start with 2, because it means you are going to chase a big score. 36 deliveries to go. 150 on the board already. Umar Malik back. 2 expensive overs so far. Got him! That is pace. Devdutt Padikkal. He gets caught on the crease. And that is brilliant bowling.
Well, Brett Lee has been calling for his introduction ever since the second over of the game after the power play, and very much like Mark Wood last night for LSG, has had a huge impact in the game here. It's fast, it's straight, and it blows off stump out of the ground.
Kilometres an hour for Devdutt Padikkal. See why he was late. 151 for 3.
Tootsie Invisible Teeth Aligners fix दांतों का gap. Easy to use and easy on the pocket.
अब स्माइल फिक्स करना
है easy peasy Tootsie. Book your scan now.
इस बार भी My 11 सर्कल पे हर दिन 1 करोड़ का प्राइस है।
हाँ, पर इस बार तो 1 करोड़ सेकंड प्राइज।
तो सोचो फर्स्ट प्राइस क्या होगा?
My 11 सर्कल पे सेकंड प्राइज ही 1 करोड़।
आदत लगना या आर्थिक जोखिम संभव है, जिम्मेदारी से
Rian Parag will be new batsman batting number 5, still Shimron Meyer sits and watches. But that is so impressive. You love the X factor of these types of cricketers. 149 kilometres an hour for Imran Malik. And here's a young player who flatters to deceive a little bit. The skills are there, the talent. He can play some of the most incredible that he's started.